Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Russell Wilson could give the Pittsburgh Steelers a massive parting gift by Nick Farabaugh at PennLive.com. Russell Wilson could send the Pittsburgh Steelers a significant parting gift. When Wilson signs his $10.5 million guaranteed contract with the New York Giants, it will net the Steelers a fifth-round pick. However, with incentives that could reach up to $21 million, that would make Wilson's compensatory pick a third-round pick. Much like Wilson, Justin Fields playing for an entire season could also give the Steelers a third-round pick. They already have one with Dan Moore Jr. If both players hit their maximum playing time requirements along with the incentives, the Steelers could have as many as 3 compensatory. As it stands now, they are slated to have a compensatory pick in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds. All of that draft capital sets the stage for the Steelers to make moves up the board for a quarterback in the 2026 NFL Draft, which is expected to be a much better class. The Steelers will unlikely deal off future pieces for the 2026 NFL Draft capital. With that in mind, General Manager Omar Khan is giving himself free ammo to feel comfortable being aggressive in the 2026 NFL Draft. As it stands now, the 2026 NFL Draft looks like one of the stronger groups the league will have seen in recent years. It might not be quite as strong as the 2024 class when all is said and done, but the Steelers expect to be players in the market. All of the extra picks Pittsburgh is getting seem targeted at the proposition of this team simply racking up as many picks as they can to position themselves for a move up the board. It's a shrewd strategy that shows some forward thinking from the front office. Signing players such as Darius Slay or Aaron Rodgers continue to point to this, too. Neither of those players will count toward the compensatory pick formula for the Steelers since their previous teams cut them. Betting. Check out our guide to the best PA sportsbooks, where our team of sports betting experts has reviewed the experience, payout speed, parlay options, and quality of odds for multiple sportsbooks. Steelers Stock Watch, ILB Malik Harrison Player, ILB Malik Harrison Stock Value, Purchased Reasoning. Rather than re-sign Landon Roberts, the Steelers elected to bring in Malik Harrison. This is the move outside of the quarterback position that has faced the most scrutiny, at least from fans. While they have Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson, the Steelers prefer a 3-linebacker system. Whether Harrison can adequately fill that third role, they seem to believe he can. Our latest videos: did the Steelers upgrade their interior defense by signing Malik Harrison at the expense of bringing back Landon Roberts? That's a topic fans have debated, but they certainly found a younger player. Harrison is like Roberts in many aspects of their style of play, but less polished, perhaps more versatile. We don't know exactly how the Steelers envision using Malik Harrison, but the Ravens did use him to set the edge at times. I'm sure they will ask him to do some of that here, and perhaps even use 3 inside linebackers together. What I don't see is them viewing him as depth for TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, as some beat writers have suggested. No, Harrison is more or less a one-for-one replacement for Roberts for the Steelers. He will step into that 2-down linebacker room, though the exact timeshare is probably not yet determined. I'm sure if they had their choice, the Steelers would take an every-down Peyton Wilson. But he has to earn that role first, even with a promising rookie season under his belt. The Steelers' chief rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, drafted Malik Harrison in the 3rd round in 2020. An Ohio State alum, he viewed Ryan Shazier as a model for his game, though he certainly lacks that kind of speed and athleticism. Harrison has never held a full-time starting role during his career, logging a career-high 372 snaps in 2024, but still coming in under 40% of the Ravens' defensive total. He officially has 34 starts in 76 games with 174 tackles and 2 sacks. But his real value is his 1,558 career snaps on special teams, where he will be an asset to the Steelers and Danny Smith. With the new league year underway and the Steelers turning their roster over, it's once again time to take stock. It took a while, but we finally saw some of that change the team talked about after the season ended. Certainly, the move to trade for WRDK Metcalf qualifies as a change, not to mention the accompanying contract. Steelers predicted to trade for 4,100-yard QB after Russell Wilson signs with Giants. The Pittsburgh Steelers may still add a quarterback in free agency, but that player won't be Russell Wilson. Wilson agreed to a one-year deal with the New York Giants on Tuesday, March 25, leaving Aaron Rodgers as the likeliest free agent addition to a QB room currently headlined by Mason Rudolph. But even if Pittsburgh lands Rodgers, he will be 42 years old in December and profiles as a short to medium-term solution, at most. That brings the conversation back around to next month's NFL Draft, in which the Steelers select 21st overall. That pick may not be high enough to afford Pittsburgh a shot at the third QB off the board in the first round, let alone Cam Ward of Miami or Shedeur Sanders of Colorado, whom are predicted by most analysts to be the first two signal callers selected. Former NFL general manager and current ESPN analyst Mike Tannenbaum released a mock draft on Tuesday following the news of Wilson's departure to New York, in which he projected the Steelers will trade up with the Chicago Bears and secure Sanders with the number 10 pick. As of now, Rodgers is still unsigned. We can't just assume he will definitely come to Pittsburgh. So I'm making the move to add Sanders, Tannenbaum wrote. I'm calling it now. Sanders projects as a top 15, maybe even top 12 starting QB in the NFL. That would be huge for a Steelers franchise that was 20th in QBR last season, 51.3. The move would cost Pittsburgh its number 21 pick this year, along with third and fourth rounders in the 2025 draft, numbers 83 and 123. The Steelers would also have to throw in a 2026 first-rounder in Tannenbaum's deal due to the positional value Sanders represents to a perennial playoff team without a real answer at QB. Sanders threw for more than 4,100 yards and 37 touchdowns last season with the Buffaloes. Are you a fan? What do you think about Shedeur Sanders' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.